It's really the way we prepare. Actually, that was the first time I've heard that, so I didn't even know that. But Coach Reed, Coach Venables, just coaching us up the right way. We focus a lot on preparing. Coach Sweeney says it a lot, prepare with purpose. So I definitely think we've kind of adopted that a lot more this year. And I think that's definitely transitioned into the games.
How has McKenzie played in his first couple of games?
He's played exceptionally well. I mean, especially considering that he's a freshman. You know, there's not a lot of guys that can come in as freshmen and can just pick things up. But he's definitely one of the exceptions.
You look at that wide receiving core, and particularly it looks like the main guys are Rashad Green. What are kind of things that you want to try to do to stop that and kind of keep the rest of the wide receiving core from getting catches and getting comfortable?
I mean, it's really about what we do and the way we prepare. You know, I mean, we take every game serious. We go into all the games the same way, the same attitude. You know, and it's just preparing, scouting the personnel. Obviously, Rashad Green he's their go-to guy. He's one of the guys that one of the leaders in the receiving core. So obviously, we're going to defend him and whoever else they throw the ball to as well as we can. But specifically him, I mean, really just playing our game.
You see an environment like Tallahassee playing down there. Does it help having played in Athens and playing in front of that crowd to get you ready to face what you're going to see on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, personally, I think it does help because, when you're home, you're kind of more comfortable. The fans are cheering for you, but when you're away, it's a completely different thing. But I think definitely going out in Athens and just experiencing that, especially for the younger guys, because, they haven't had any. They just had a home game and then they had an away game, so going into another away game and just feeling that atmosphere, it'll definitely transition and help them more prepared.
Kelvin Benjamin really had his way last year, especially in the end zone. They don't really have a guy like that, at least right now. Is that a little bit of an easier matchup that their receivers run 6'1", 6'2"?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's easier. It's not really about the height. It's really just about the will and who can catch the ball versus, I mean, it's just football. Our guy versus their guy. Who wants it more, who fights for the ball more, and who's better prepared, who defends more, who catches it more. So that's really what it's about.
Is there an additional maybe sense of urgency, or was there a sense of urgency last week heading into this week, given what happened here a year ago and the opportunity maybe lost in Tallahassee a couple of years ago?
I mean, it's definitely a sense of urgency, and especially, getting hit in between the eyes with the second game or the first game of the season. I would say it's definitely a sense of urgency. Is it additional? I'm not sure about that because I think it's a sense of urgency with all our games, to be honest with you. But and especially that we've had an extra week to prepare, we're definitely going to be ready.
You guys obviously did a good job getting past what happened here at Florida State because you kept winning on down the road a year ago. How much did that game hang with the players? I mean, was it something you had to hear about in the off season? Maybe when you're just hanging with friends and things like that?
I mean, of course you hear it. Of course, ESPN talks about it all year. They bring it up all the time. They're probably going to bring it up this week.
Did you get tired of that Jameis Winston video of him like, we're not leaving here without a...
Yeah, I did see that video a lot, and it did pop up on the TV a good bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was what it was.
Yeah.
We got past it, like you said. We just kept moving on. I mean, like I said, we take it week by week, and I mean, we prepare as best as we can, and the result take care of itself.
Last summer, everyone was picking Clemson to win the ACC, and then the Florida State guys seemed to relish that. All right, that's fine. I won't talk about them. Bit of just the opposite for you guys this year at all?
I wouldn't say it's the opposite because I mean, I can't really give a perception of somebody, or I don't know their perception of us. I mean, when it comes to outside people, especially outside of Clemson, outside of our family, I mean, their opinions, I mean, goes in one ear out the other. I mean, we know what we are. We know that we can be in the SEC. I mean, in the ACC if we do what we have to do.
Until you faced him last year, James wasn't a household name.
Mm-hmm.
How's your reception changed about him as a player this year?
Well, definitely just, first of all, playing against him and then just seeing the passes that he's thrown. He's an exceptional player. He's an exceptional quarterback. So we're definitely going to have to be on our A game. And when you play teams like that, the margin for error is very small. And going into this game, we know that.